Alright, today I decided to do something different than the normal speed paint yet again. And this time I'm gonna make 5 tips to improve your artwork, or make it more efficient at least. So the programs I'm gonna use today are Photoshop CS6 and Paint Tool Sci. Why? Because I can. Alright, tip number 1 doesn't really have much to do with artwork. It's more about your space. I can't spell. Okay. Keep area clean. Oh, to be more specific, drawing. Your drawing area as clean as you can. By that I mean like not have so many things clustered around it, like I do, which is why my art is terrible. But it really hinders you down because you don't have as much free range of motion, and I don't know, it's kind of like that thing at the back of your head that you need to do, but you just don't, and it worries you sometimes. Alright, moving on. Next one is number 2. Number 2 would be pretty simple. Reference. A lot of artists think they could do things by memory, mostly beginner, and some of them can, especially as you draw more, you remember things by memory, but some things you need reference. For example, we have this wonderful thing called Google, and you go to Google Images. You go to Google Images on your computer or phone, and you search up Great Wall of China, and what do you get? You get a Great Wall of China. I don't know what I'm doing here on the screen, but yeah, that's pretty much what you do. And you can get a bunch of those, and just you use them to help you draw things out. I don't know why I opened that. Just ignore that. I probably should not have said this one. I didn't have anything ready for it. Okay, I'll just show you what you do. Ignore Markiplier. Go to Google, write Great Wall of China. Go to Images. I have a virus on my computer, and that's new, but eventually something will pop up like that. See? Now what you do is simple. You just open one of the images, save it on your computer, and then use it as reference if you're ever going to draw the Great Wall of China for some reason. So yeah, that's what you do. Ignore Markiplier yet again. Actually, no, you shouldn't do that. Never ignore Markiplier. Ignore me. Focus on the Markiplier. Number 3. Use it's not much as tracing. This is like a question of fact. Like, let's take this drawing by MS Art Garden of my OC Takashi Tenma. Thank you very much. I will leave a link in the description to their DA. So what I like to do is you take a bright color and you just start practicing where the head will go. This isn't much as tracing, because tracing would be like this, which is something you should not be doing unless you're in elementary or something like that. Not even. You just practice where your body parts go, your anatomy, center of mass, whatever. I didn't study half of these things. I wasn't accepted into art class, so yay! I have to learn these things on my own. And you just kind of draw them out, block out the shapes, and try your best not to trace. Because tracing is cheating. It's cheating, and no one likes a cheater. Oh yeah, this person also has a YouTube account, so I'll link that too. There and there. Take out the background, you have this horde of a mess. And you just kind of like rough. It's rough in, so you just, it's not going to be perfect. It's just so you know where things are. And obviously, if the artist you're tracing is not perfect either, and is also a student, then it's not going to be perfect. Although this one's like really good because they're a lot better than me. Especially like in Photoshop. Anyways, there we go. Ta-da! More or less. I'm not very good at anatomy anyways. You can probably already tell by my drawings. Oh well. Next up. That is already 3 out of 5. Next up. Right. This is where we go to Psy. Alright, here in Psy, you've seen me use Paint Tool Psy a lot. I used to use Manga Studio. I still kind of do, but I use that more for like the gradients than anything else. But here in Psy, things are a lot smoother than in Photoshop. Although Photoshop has a lot of elements that I could actually use a lot quicker than here, like gradients. I'm out of ideas. Filters. Those are what those things are called. Okay, so a thing for beginning artists to do is, gotta remember, is create backgrounds and foregrounds. Don't be afraid to try them, because even though lately I haven't drawn backgrounds or foregrounds, that's because the commissioner has specifically requested not to draw backgrounds. So I followed their order to the letter and didn't draw a background. So, but it's a good thing to do with practice. Even if it's just like random splashes of color, like here we have a gradient going darker and like this base brush that I got off the internet, because why not? Where is it? Oh, I lost it. I have a bunch of brushes and most of them repeat themselves. Here they are. See, it's a space brush. Hey. And I'm lagging. Oh, yay. Okay, so even if it's just random colors or like this bar thingy, which I made in Photoshop and here, which is just glowing and all that, or just clouds, which I made with a cloud brush. I don't know where I got these, so I can't really link it. Although I think I have a picture. I don't know. Here I just make clouds, darken them, all of that. Or more clouds with the moon in the back. Random things I do with the marker. Spray paint, you know, just random things. You don't have to, you're not limited to whatever the heck you could do. And you don't have to follow guides, because for these especially, because they're flat. They're just random, whatever comes to mind. However, if you want to make a decent background, we're gonna head back to Photoshop for a minute. Let's open a new one. Yeah, you can pause the video and take that dimension. If I'll show you 2 ways how you can make perspective guides. 2 ways that I've learned. One is if you go to the polygon tool. Right now I put 50 sides. You can put as many sides as you want. Make sure aligned edges are checked. Star 99%. Oops, 1 second. And you'll get that. It's a shape, but you can use this as a 1-point perspective and all that. However, in a more recent way that I learned is I downloaded some brushes, which you could find in the description below, in which has grid, sidebars, another bar, and a 1-point perspective. I use 1-point perspectives a lot, which I'll set one down there, and one there, one there. One sec, I think I just messed up. Aren't I just great? Okay, that's just weird. That's just... Obviously, just do whichever one you favor. Try to align them. Check mark. And there, you have 2-point perspective. You could have a 1-point perspective. Well, whatever the heck you want. Whatever fills your fantasies. So, we'll just keep it at 1 point because I'm lazy. And what do you do with 1-point perspective? You just follow the line towards the middle. If you were to create a building scene, you just have to create a square along the lines, following them. And yeah, you just there, you could have a piece of the road here that goes there, and like bushes that go along with the perspective, more or less. I'm not very good at perspective drawing either, so I'm pretty much the definition of a failure of an artist. Yay, maybe that's why they didn't accept me in art class. Dear. Whatever, so yeah, you got background. You just follow the perspective, or you could use the grid perspective, which is good for like, yeah, too big. Yeah, just adjust this to whatever size your canvas is. In which case that is good. I go to my line art, which is also downloaded. I don't remember where, so don't ask me for it. I lower opacity, and with the grid you can kind of draw like a character coming in. Say right here. Have that there. It kind of helps you, like, it tricks your mind into thinking there's a wall behind there, and you could do a bunch of things there. Draw that. I'm there. Blah blah blah. You get the picture. Sort of. I don't know. I'm a terrible artist. As I've repeated like over 6 times, I think. Somebody keep count. And done. Now back to this. That was number 4. So I'm too lazy to erase 4. And now for the final one. Okay, this one I'm gonna have to wing it because I didn't actually think I will make it this far without giving up. Practice. This might sound cheesy and all, but and probably repeated a lot. I know it's been repeated to me a lot, but practice does make perfect. There's different types of practices, as I've learned over the years. One type of practice is forced practice, which is you just sit down and you force yourself to draw. This is the most common, but it's not very, what's the word? Creative, because you're just drawing to draw. You're not really inspired, you're just here to make something. And most likely it's never going to see the light of day. Like this one. It's not going to see the light of day. It's not even going to be completed. It's going to remain a stick figure. A genderless stick figure. So if somebody says that's a guy, here, see? It's grown up. It's going to... Or there's also inspirational practice, which is you suddenly get this giant inspiration. For example, let's see if I can do this here. This wasn't really meant to be anything, but I just got a giant inspiration to randomly animate this character. I was just sitting in math class, which is where most of my inspiration comes out of. And, well, actually no. Most of my inspiration comes out of my physics class. Because I don't know anything that's going on in that class, and I'm terribly failing it. And I just thought, hey, what if I do this? And I did it. I still gotta complete it, but I did it. Anyways, that's a request for someone. And a way to, if you're like me, you get this type of inspiration when you have no way of actually drawing it. For example, you're sitting at the bus stop, you don't have a sketchbook, and suddenly you get that inspiration. By the time you get home to actually draw it, your inspiration's gone. Solution to that, take a sketchbook everywhere. Or download one of those apps that let you draw on the phone. Any way you can, just make sure you have something you could draw with. Just don't draw with blood or anywhere illegal. And if you do, don't blame me. Please. So yeah. There's probably more places where you could get better tips than me. But if this has helped you in some way, then I did my job. So, till next time, when I could actually get a proper speed paint up and... Wait. Hi, there, I'm done! Yay, smiley face. Until I could actually get a proper speed paint up, more projects to be done in the future, and yeah, I'm done here. Bye bye.